People of YouTube. Can you make a living as a 3D artist? Yes, no, it depends. I think you definitely can make money as an artist, but the difficult part is finding the work first, especially when job roles demand years of experience and a high level of skill which takes time to develop and is neither of something I yet have. If you are not working at company and don't have 3 to 4 years of experience, it's really hard. Depends on skill level and how much you're willing to sacrifice. Landing a job in a studio is tough without experience on commercial products and or killer portfolio. Both take years to build the necessary skills. Asset packs can earn money, but not a living. Some people are just about successful doing the YouTube tutorial Patreon mentorship approach, but there are a ton who don't earn anything worth writing to home about. I think with VFX there is a bigger likelihood than games. In the games industry, you hear many accounts of bosses trying to weaponize your passion against you to justify long hours and low wages in relation to your skills. Maybe in certain parts of Europe and the USA. Definitely need more than that in the rest of the world. It depends on how skilled you are. People can make a living flipping burgers. So yeah, you can make a living being a talented and skilled artist in an extremely lucrative industry. Got to break in with a studio. Just got to. It gives you some odd credibility that just your work can't do alone. Really hard to make a living from 3D. I see two options. Be an ultra specialist in one field, vegetation artist, exterior archviz artist, etc. Or be versatile, modeling, rig, anime, script, video, photography, print design, UX, UI design, product rendering. But when you start a career as an employee you will not make money and work for free often. And obviously you need high skill. Something hard for a junior artist. Recently graduated, struggling to get a job. Sad face. Yeah! I am a new artist. Yes, if you're in the top 5% probably. The top 5% will get 95% of the work and the reality is there's just not enough work to go around. This has to be one of the most competitive industries, only second to professional athletes, actors. Fair point. Lots of people want to work in games or movies, so it's one of those dream jobs for a lot of people and that creates a lot of competition. Yeah. Studying to be a lawyer or a doctor is work. Nobody really enjoys it. But working as an artist is enjoyable, thus it can only partially be considered to be work, which means you and your prospective competition will be dumping tens of thousands of hours into studying just for a chance to be good enough to get into the industry because the bar is that high. I'm a 10 years brush user who's been studying pretty hardcore for the last 4 years and I have still yet to make a dime from this. Thousands of hours. My sister learned to groom dog hair over a few weeks and makes good money. The return on time investment in this field is brutal and not really commensurate with how much work it takes in my opinion. If you are a dog groomer or a lawyer in your town, you're going against local competition. As a 3D artist, your competition is truly global and massive. With artists from Asia having a fraction of the living expenses as Western artists, it seems to be a race to the bottom in terms of pay as well. I'm 33 now, and I'm not saying I regret spending as much time as I have in the aspirations of being able to work as a full-time 3D artist, but I may eventually, lol. In my opinion, you just need to pass this mediocre skill plateau in a certain specialty. Yes, there is high competition for jobs that require beginner skills in 3D, just because it is easy to learn for most people. But in professions like character artist, game engine environment artist, game VFX I see little to none competition in my country. Yes, 3D modeling and basically prop creation are crowded with people competent enough to complete simple average task, so it forms an unhealthy competition. But if you are struggling to find a job with skills you have, just add something to them. A prop modeler, if familiar with texturing and substance, can learn substance designer relatively easily. Add some UE4 level creation, asset management and lighting skills, and boom, you are now a beginner environment artist. And in this field, even as a beginner, it is possible to find a job to further develop skills and experience. Again, This might not work for any country and any person, but I often find people crying about high competition even though they've just learned low poly modeling and nothing else. What you say is exactly what I'm shooting towards at the moment. I'm grinding to make my portfolio and learning skills that are in demand in the environment art department, since I see that there's many opportunities in that area. Maybe I won't ever get to model the main character in a game, but I'll sure as hell gonna be proud of some walls and rocks that I'm gonna make. Honestly, you don't need to be the one that made the main character for a game to be proud. I got hired about a year ago and worked on multiple environments for a AAA title, and seeing people on YouTube or Twitch going through the environments you made is a very special feeling. For sure makes you proud. I am studying at animation school. So, I'm learning animation, 3D modeling, game development, VFX etc. Who knows what I'm gonna do for living? I can say as a student who over age 26 years old, I need self-confidence. And I don't know if I'll make it. I guess it depends on how good you are, but mostly if you have contacts or know where to look for a job. I have 19 years experience as a 3D model artist and have worked with multiple games engines. I do make money from it, but I'm also an experienced singer, pianist and musician, so I juggle with that too. I make enough between both. I'm graduating this year and my portfolio really shows my lack of skills, as I'm still a beginner and I am starting to worry a lot. Maybe it's me, but finding the first job as an artist is so hard. Let's say the situation is not like a decade ago. You can still live as a 3D artist, but probably no longer just as a 3D artist. Let me explain. I have specialized in the games sector for more than 15 years. But only 45% of my clients ask me for the pure skills of 3D artist. The majority want an art director, a lead manager, a XR expert. And I must say that it is only thanks to chance that I have also learned to program in C++ and C, and therefore I am compatible with roles as technical artist and game developer. So I have over time become a jack of all trades, master of none. I do not know. Let's say I think the key is to learn how to do everything and do everything right. But now I admit that even I don't tell my students to focus only on being a 3D artist. Too many new graduates, too little demand for people, and many companies almost like to hire people with zero experience to exploit them more and pay them relatively less. Probably, and I say this with the utmost honesty, the figure of the 3D artist is a little too pumped up. Or we are in a strange economic time where everyone is hoping to have a bright future in just that role. I hope things improve post-COVID. But honestly, I fear that being only a 3D artist becomes a very elitist thing and that you can only afford it in stable economic situations. That's how it is, at least in my country. Every few jobs posting for 3D is not in specific field like rigger or animator. They ask that you perform well in multiple areas. It's not about being a jack of all trades, it's about being a master in as many as you can. Thank you sir, ma'am, for this information.
Would you like to learn 3D modeling? Do you ever wonder how 3D models are made? Well, you see, making 3D models is actually not as complicated as it looks. Models are made from simple geometric shapes, like a cube, and slowly transformed to create cooler looking shapes, like this character. Hey, this is only a 45-second ad, so there's not enough time to cover everything. Click on the link below now to get started. When you click the link, it will show you exactly the steps to making 3D models from scratch. And by the end of the course, you will have made some really cool 3D models, like this room. Like I said, this is a short video, so I don't have enough time to explain everything. Click the link below now to see exactly how this is done.